And for those who don't know what that means, basically when you have a trauma here on this planet, your soul can fracture or break off. So we haven't been drinking alcohol. We were invited to hang out for St. Patty's Day, and it was funny because right before we left, my stomach was just turning and I really didn't want to go, but shit's gonna go down. Okay, so it's been 2 days since I recorded a video. It had been a minute since I had some spiritual weird stuff going on, but on Saturday, today's Monday, and the last time I recorded a video it was Friday. I'm sorry if you can hear one of my cats screaming. He's not screaming, he's singing the song of his people. He's fine. He always does this when he wants to play with the other kittens. It sounds horrible, but he's fine. Anyways, I on Saturday wasn't feeling super great, but we went and got oil changed for the car that we have, and had Popeyes because they just came out with a new flavor of wings, and there's a new one over by our house, so we did that. And then the rest of the day I just rested. I was going to do some work, but it was good that I rested and watched some interesting movies, and I could tell some spiritual stuff was going on because my TV was glitching out. At first I thought it was internet related, but I checked with the boys and they weren't having any internet issues, and it was pretty intense, and just all these other signs, and I was like, okay, I wonder what's going on. Sure enough, yesterday, Sunday, is St. Patty's Day. My boyfriend has stopped drinking alcohol and we switched to drinking kratom or kava. I don't do kratom very well anymore. Sounds like the boys are coming back in just a moment. Not sure what's going on. We'll see. So we haven't been drinking alcohol. We were invited to hang out for St. Patty's Day, and we were just going to make an appearance. And it was funny because right before we left, my stomach was just turning and I really didn't want to go. I felt like crap yesterday, for one, already, before even going. And I just knew something bad was going to happen. Sure enough, we were having a blast. It was fine. We did start drinking alcohol, both of us, which I'm not a big alcohol drinker. I really am not a fan. I never have been, except for in my 20s, and it went a little too far back then, and I swore it off. But yeah, so it was fun, and then of course, ended up being not fun, and it got drastically really not good. So I've been dealing with a lot of spiritual stuff. One of the things that had popped up recently actually was I watched this YouTuber named Elizabeth April, and she talks about a lot of she is a psychic, I believe is what she kind of calls herself, or maybe she's a medium, I don't know, for the Galactic Federation relating to aliens and stuff. And I know that sounds cuckoo and crazy, but she's on it. It's weird. The things that I've experienced and stuff, she usually definitely predicts things ahead of time, is warned, basically, actually, is what she says, is she's warned ahead of time, and then things happen. And I am in the same boat when I get my angel numbers. Recently I had a message that was saying, you're seeing 1111, and in the past that used to be a good thing. It used to be make a wish was the first thing. Then it was whatever 1111 meant. And now this last message I had gotten was, this is actually a warning. Something's about to happen. Just kind of expect the unexpected. Everything's going to be fine in the long run, but shit's going to go down. Anyways, she had mentioned in one of her recent videos about soul fragmentation. And if you have dealt with any shamanistic, knowledge or anything like that, you would hear of soul loss, and that is what she's talking about. And for those who don't know what that means, basically when you have a trauma here on this planet, your soul can fracture or break off. And I had got this book from Sarah Ingerman is the author, and I think it's literally called Soul Loss. And I had got it at one of the most spiritual times of my life, and also one of the most hard times of my life. And for some reason, my stomach would just turn when I would see that book, but I knew that I needed it and that I was going to read it like later on sometime. Sorry, the trash man on cue, which is crazy because every time Elizabeth April posts her video, the trash men are coming. Okay. Hi, Beans. Hello. Oh, yes. Yes. They want to see you too. Hi. So, okay. But so my stomach would turn when I would see this book, and I knew it wasn't time yet. But she brought up this last week, soul fracturing, which is, what I had just explained. What? Sorry, he's talking now. And I started reading the book finally again. I had only made it to the second chapter. The reason why I didn't read very much of it, besides my stomach like being like, no, it's not time kind of thing, there's actual like meditations, and it's more kind of like a workbook from what I had seen of the first 2 chapters, okay? And I did not have the energy for it. I did not want to deal with it. So I read the first chapter and did the first meditation, and the first meditation is to try and teach you how to listen to your body and your soul and your intuition of what your truth is. It's basically like a tune-up on your intuition, basically, which I desperately needed. Still do. I need to work on this. I also found out from the first chapter of reading that not only can trauma fracture your soul or take soul, your soul can go different places and leave, kind of thing, to basically protect you. And Sarah Ingerman was like a master psychologist, so it's not like she's a cuckoo crazy person. She actually came from the line of psychology and actually went towards working with shamanism to try and heal people, because she was seeing some things that were more helpful in the shamanism culture than in psychology. And I went to therapy for over a decade, and I've gone to multiple therapists, and I've done a lot of counseling. I've worked very hard, and I still did not get what I felt like I needed. In a way, it was good that it didn't work, because I had to really work on myself and really like try and problem solve for my own self, which I learned so much more that way than staying with therapy and counseling. Now, I'm not saying therapy and counseling is not good. The exact opposite. For me, it gave me the tools to be able to get to the point to where I could start working on my own stuff. And then now I feel like the shamanistic, the alternative lifestyle stuff is what's the next step. And it does seem to be improving my life, and I'm understanding things a lot better. Of course, when it comes to spiritual stuff, there's a lot of confusion, because when you're getting messages from wherever these are coming from, okay, I don't know if they're angels, I don't know if they're aliens, I don't know if they're demons, I don't know, like 100%. I feel like they are angels, which I think angels might actually be aliens. And there can be good ones and there can be bad ones. Yeah. Beans is coming to say hi again. Hi. Yeah. He's a little ham. Okay. I thought he was going to be bad, but he decided to be good. And then with the soul fracturing, though, you can also have a piece of your soul be taken by an entity, like a ghost, or I'm assuming maybe not an angel, but an alien or demon or negative stuff. And I do know that in this house in particular, that there has been some activity, okay? When my partner and his siblings were younger, they did a Ouija board and they didn't close it correctly, and the parents had thrown the Ouija board in the trash because of how crazy their experiences were because of the Ouija board. Okay, so there's definitely something attached to that sort of stuff. Don't get that stuff for your kids. Don't do it. I know it's sold as a toy. It's not a freaking toy. Okay. So our house is basically like a portal, and we've had to learn how to work around it. But I do know for sure that there was something here that tries to suck on my energy. And I do kind of wonder if a part of my soul was lost or taken. Anyways, so that's the new update so far, spiritually stuff. As far as business stuff, I haven't gotten much done. I've been wanting to obviously record videos. And then I am going to try and sign up for a competition with a local bank who is looking for a sticker design for their bank, and they'll give like a $250 reward. I know I probably won't win, but I figure it might be just good practice. And then I want to try and work a little bit more on some 3D art stuff and keep moving on forward with just whatever I feel like I need to move forward on. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening. Yeah. Okay, bye.